Hi, Janet Myatt here. Thanks so much for joining me. In today's meditation, we're going to spend the first half really grounding and cleansing and balancing the overall energy body from top to bottom. And then in the second half of the meditation, I'm going to be introducing you to a particular type of healing technique involving the Alta Major Chakra, which is located at the very top of the spine, right where it meets the skull. And this chakra is a minor chakra that begins to work like a major chakra on the path of ascension or awakening. And it can easily get out of tune and out of balance, particularly when we're first starting to activate it. And you can get symptoms like ringing of the ears, headaches, problems with the jaw, and other types of issues. We're going to use a particular type of sacred geometry called Metatron's cube, and it involves building a Merkaba formation. So this particular geometry helps to create a real nice clearing and balancing for the mental body, helping you to clear out thoughts, perceptions, pictures that get in our way and create repeating patterns of limitation. We really want to bring that mental body into present time and make it nice and clean and clear and balanced so that we really can hear that inner voice, that higher self. And also we want to balance the mental body and the heart, this heart level of being. This is the highest vibration in the universe. This is where pure reason comes from, or this unifying and unified consciousness up on that Buddhic plane of consciousness. And we access this through the heart and through the mind, and we want them working together synchronistically and synergistically. So this particular healing is designed to help facilitate that and help bring you into present time. So and a quick note, I just want to give a shout out to Amanda Harris. She first introduced the idea to me of using this particular geometry with the Alta Major Chakra. I had used Merkabas in different types of guided meditation, different types of healing work, and I have different geometries for the Alta Major. And this is the first time I've put them together, and I was inspired by her videos. So you can always check her out as well. All right, so if you're ready, we'll get started. For her. Okay, well, let's go ahead and start with our getting here meditation. So start by taking a nice deep breath and releasing kind of nice and slow. Settle into those hip bones and create that grounding cord, nice and wide, and start to get into connection with the earth and start to feel that interconnected space, that support, that energy, and just start to scan through your body, kind of head to toe, starting at the top of your head, kind of working your way down, and just kind of with your psychic hand touching or tapping or gently commanding any area of the body that needs a good release, needs to just sort of let go. Just go ahead and tap it or let it go. Just say, go ahead, release, release. And as you check in with each part of the body, so start with your head. And if it's got a lot of chatter going on, if there's a lot of inner voice conversation going on, just turn down the dials, hang up the phone, really start to attenuate that mental body to your inner voice, radio inner voice. Dialing into that God voice within you, or that voice for God, and letting all the chatter die down. If there's any place where the vibration feels a little high or a little low, just create this inner balance, kind of a meter out in front of you or a scale, and you're just going to allow balance to come into that head space. And you can see what color of energy can you work with right now. And pull it from the cosmos, saying hello to the Supreme Being, and pull it from the cosmos, and just let it start to flow through those head chakras and through that whole energy system, creating balance and ease in the brain, in the skull, and all of the musculature, and in that whole mental body. And then as you take a nice deep breath and release, and then go down into the neck, and just kind of check your neck. See if it moves easily, if it's holding or clenching, or if it's vibrating kind of like a gong. Just kind of smooth things out with this cosmic energy. Again, really turning those telepaths down, turning down the clairaudience, who really just kind of want the voice for God going on in there. There you go. And check your shoulders. Do they feel burdened? Do they feel heavy? Do they feel like they're carrying a load? Do they feel a little hunched? And just sort of gently smooth them out, as if you're coming up right behind, laying your hands on those shoulders and giving them a gentle massage right down the arms and hands, releasing and letting go. And use the breath to really let the body sigh and decompress, and then fill with a lightness of being. And you may find that the color that you're working with stays the same, or it may change as you get to different areas of the body. But you're really paying attention in the present moment to this body being connection. You're attending with your full attention. Just continue to move down through the lungs, that whole respiratory system. And the fifth chakra, just really letting those lungs be validated. Thank them for pumping life, air through your system. Thank those lungs. Checking in with the spine. Just see the energy flowing really smoothly down the spine, up and down, any place where the spine might be uncomfortable, or the ribs, any shoulders, arms. We're checking in with those bones, that skeletal system. There you go. Really deepening that connection. You've got a connection with the earth. You've got a connection with the Supreme Being. You're working with some earth energy to get vitality and nourishment. You're working with cosmic energy to get sort of the cleansing, clearing, spiritual prana coming through there. Just continue to work your way down through that, through the body, through that torso. Just kind of checking in with various organs, muscles, tendons, fascia. You know, if you're drawn to a particular system, cardiovascular system, or endocrine system, respiratory, muscular, you know. And just create the intention of validating that all of those systems work in a balanced, integrated, synergized way to support your highest wellness. Go into a place of gratitude so that those energy systems know the vibration that you want them humming along at. And if there's any discord energy, you just simply let that go. It's like tuning an instrument in the orchestra. Just bringing it into tune, moving down into the hips now. Settling in, checking with that low back. do a 360, kind of start to look around your whole space, kind of like you do when you do a pain ridge healing. Letting go of any pain ridges, any energy that you find clinging to your space around, particularly around the back. It can sometimes be harder to notice. Or any energy that you feel like you're just sort of pushing through. Just let all that go. That's perception. It's just perception. And you're just stepping out all of that. Saying hello to the legs, say hello to your thighs and your knees. Your knees are so flexible, your feet and your ankles. Just a lot of gratitude to those legs, getting you up and about and around. And just really start to create this place within you of total appreciation for this wonderfully complex energy system that you use while you're here to be a parent, to get around, to communicate, this medium of communication. How much you love how beautifully it works. What an amazing system. And how much you appreciate it. And start to bring in that gold energy, bringing that crown chakra up to gold, saying hello to the Christ consciousness, or that unified and unifying consciousness. Really let it just start to really pour through that space. Imagining that each atom that you perceive to be a part of your body is actually just a stream of energy that we perceive as points or as little physical points. They're really coming from this stream of unlimited potential. So if there is any limitation, it can change. It's not fixed. There you go, and just let that light flow through and in and around, and start to get in sync with the breath of God, or the breath of the creation, the breath of the universe. This moving, flowing, highly organized, synthesized, interconnected field of energy, intelligence, and love. And we, from this place of gold, we will say our invocation together. May it be with the blessings of the Supreme Being that whatever happens during this class will benefit each of us in our spiritual growth, awareness, and understanding. May we each take a step up in integrating into the light, love, power, and presence of God within us and all around us. Amen. We invite the angels and archangels, healers, teachers, and masters of the planetary and cosmic art to be present in whatever manner serves and protects the highest and best good of all. Om. Peace. Amen. And now, as you start to become more in tune with the energy of your body, the energy of spirit, energy of the universe, you can go ahead and say hello to the energy of the room that you're sitting in and create sanctuary. Go ahead and cube that room and bring it up to gold. Let it be grounded. Let all that energy, that whole energy field, be grounded, connected to the Supreme Being, really coming into harmony. Into a place of safety and peace, letting all chaotic energy just fall right out of that space. And we'll do the same for our shared room, our virtual room. And begin to, from your heart, say hello to each person in the group from your heart. Relying less and less and less on mental image pictures of bodies even though you can definitely say hello to the body, but you're going to, from that heart space, say hello to what he calls your brother in Course in Miracles, the Son of God. And I invite you to consider remembering that you are really only ever in one relationship. And your relationship is with God in all of the various forms within which God expresses. So that as you say hello to one another, you begin to remember and acknowledge that you are interacting with God. Each person that stands before you in your mind's eye is God manifesting. And feel that love, feel that light, feel that connection. And notice that as you do that, you validate that same experience in yourself. Validating yourself as God, as Son of God. And notice, if you will, if perhaps you might feel a certain level of peace come into your being as you begin to realize that we are all in this one relationship. Letting go of all the pictures we have about ourselves and letting go of everyone else's pictures that they have about themselves, looking right past those pictures. And see all of these matrices of light and life. Notice that together we create this geometry. So we have the geometry of our own energy system. Together we create a larger synergistic energy system. A beautiful geometry. And that we sit in a larger geometry. And let that peace just roll right through you. And just surrender any anxiety or anything kind of generated by the analyzer and by the concrete mind and by the ego. Let it just pour it right into the light, and the light will do the work. And I'm going to have you imagine that any part of your mind that is sitting in a state of separation or stress or loneliness or uncertainty, any of those low vibrations, I'm going to have you imagine that you're going to just stand right up and walk right out of that room into the light. You're just going to walk away from that vibration, and notice that as you step into the light, that room you thought you were in completely disappears. And breathe. And now we're going to work with a particular type of healing for the Alta Major. So I'm going to have you actually keep your eyes closed, take your one of your hands and run your your fingers right up the spine around your neck, all the way until you get to the highest point that you can identify with your finger before you hit the skull. So just go ahead and use your hand and kind of rub gently in a circular motion that spot right there, very gentle. And then start to tune in to where the energy center is of the Alta Major. It's right there. So you're going to just kind of, you can let your hand drop when you're ready. And you're going to just identify that energy center kind of just through your knowingness. You're just going to see that energy center. It's a little minor chakra. It's got 14 crossings. And you're just going to allow that chakra to become vitalized and be filled with a teal light. creating an intention, a very strong intention for balance. This very balancing energy. Now, over time, if the color wants to change to something tailored to you, that's fine, but we're going to start with the teal. And we're going to say hello to Archangel Metatron, and we're going to use his Merkaba formation as we heal and tune and balance the Alta Major and the mental body. So as you visualize this center activating and the light begin to shine through, notice that the energy immediately wants to make contact. It starts to move up and down. So up into the head and down into the spine. And you may notice that other parts of your body deepen their connection. For instance, my feet, my connection with the earth deepened as I did that this time. I've noticed other things adjusting as I've done this tuning at other times. So just take a moment just to be kind of gently aware of anything that may want to shift or deepen the connection as you let this teal light come in to this Alta Major center. And breathe. And now we're going to follow certain lines of geometry, building the Merkaba. So the first thing I'm going to have you focus your attention on is the upward flow of energy flowing up from that Alta Major center in a V-like formation, spreading up and out and activating the ear minors. So normally you've been working with the eye minors, and we will get to those later. These are the ear minors. Chakras, and this light's going to connect with those ear minors, activate them, and then you're going to triangulate that with the third eye, noticing that this line, these lines are coming up from the Alta Major into the 6th chakra and into the eye minors, forming an upside down tetrahedron, three-sided, like a three-sided pyramid instead of a four-sided pyramid. And let that energy flow not only along those lines, but in the middle, you know, it's just light, effervescent light, and it's extending beyond those lines as well, past your ears. You've got that geometry going. And then let that downward point that's right there where the Alta Major, that's where you're generating, that's where this light's coming through, let that point deepen down into the 5th chakra. So it's connected into the Alta Major, and it's now also connecting down into the 5th chakra, and then it will also extend down into the vagus nerve center or the high heart. So you've kind of got 3 downward pointing tetrahedrons. And breathe. And notice that the light is just getting brighter and brighter. It goes beyond the confines of the edges of your downward pointing tetrahedrons. And we're going to start to build the upward pointing tetrahedrons. So from that Alta Major, you're going to watch as the energy expands out on the plane, on the Alta Major plane, right along your jaw, and connects with those carotid points. Those have 7 crossings. So there's a little energy points kind of below your ear, behind your jaw, along that carotid artery, where those glands are. And it triangulates. It's along this plane. And it just gets wider and wider. You know, the light is flowing around those 3 points, through and around, and it just extends out past your ears, out into your mental body. And then those 3 points all converge up in the crown chakra, creating that upward pointing tetrahedron, connects into the crown, activating that crown and incorporating that knowingness. And then it'll extend up into the 8th chakra, you know, or up into the soul body, into the causal body, and then up into the monad, up, you know, up into infinity or into God. Now, as you built this Merkaba, the light gets wider, brighter, clearer. Again, the intention is to create total balance. We want all of these centers from the heart, from the high heart all the way up to be very clean, clear, and balanced. And you can now also say hello to those other triangles that you're already familiar with, the I minors with that 6th chakra and up into the crown. And you've already got your connections down into your Alta Major. So you've got your dissipating glamour, Mayan illusion, as well as this Merkaba for the Alta Major and mental body going. Now you're going to let this Merkaba begin to rotate. It will just begin to rotate on its axis, and it will go at whatever speed it needs to go at. And I invite you to create a willingness to let anything in the mental body that creates confusion, creates a sense of separation, misperception, you know, all of that stuff, it just is going to be transformed in this energy field so that the mind is becoming clearer and clearer, and you're opening up to what he calls inner vision and pure reason, of Course in Miracles. And Joel Kuhl uses the same language, the exact same language, pure reason. There you go, which is that higher intuition. It's that unified and unifying level of consciousness called the Holy Spirit. In Course in Miracles, called the Buddhic level of consciousness in DK's model. There you go. Any place where the system feels overcharged, we don't need that. This is about balance. So if the ears are uncomfortable, if the jaws are uncomfortable, if the eyes are uncomfortable, if the ears are ringing, if the throat is, any place that is uncomfortable is just overcharging. And we want balance. We don't need to push. We need to just allow this remembering of who we are. We don't have to strive for it. We have to allow it. There you go. Now notice your feet again. For instance, in my space, my feet connected even more fully and showed me that my right foot was a little bit more congested than I was aware of. And now it's releasing. So I'm going to have you stay in this deep trance. And I'm just going to have you state where you notice a shift, whether it's in your head or in your body or, you know, your emotions. And it's just a word or a sentence. What do you notice clearing? And breathe. And then when you feel ready, kind of give yourself the heads up that you're going to allow the healing to complete. So let it just complete in no time and no space. So it's just going to come to that nice completion point as you work with Metatron. And now you're going to just really do a synthesis, create this intention for it to just synthesize easily into your beingness, into your awareness. So you're just going to, again, focus on grounding. You can thank Metatron for that healing. Start to create an intention now to come out of deep trance into a very, very light trance so that you can open your eyes. You can reach up and grab a big old sun full of your highest creative essence and pull that in. Just filling up any nooks and crannies. Creating ease. And just switch your happiness gauge to 100% having. You just have that healing now. There you go. Come out of trance. And May it be with the blessings of the Supreme Being. This class be complete, and may you walk your path in joyfulness. Amen. Reach up, grab that big old sun. Fill up. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give me a thumbs up so that it will be easier for other people to find this guided meditation. And if you'd like to find out more about me, you can go to my website, janetmyatt.com. And I hope that you'll also check out some of my other videos on my YouTube channel. And in the meantime, I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.